Well, Birmingham Legion is back to winning ways after this past weekend. Now can they exact revenge on Loudoun United, the team that dealt them their worst loss of the season back in the spring? It's the black and gold against the red and white coming up next. Greetings tonight from Birmingham, Alabama, home to Birmingham Legion FC. And not too far away in this drone shot is Protective Stadium. Our host for tonight's contest presented by Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham as Birmingham Legion gets set to take on Loudoun United. Greetings, everybody. Happy to have you on this Wednesday night. Alongside Eli Cronali, the former Legion midfielder, I'm Blake Gardner. And Eli, both these two teams coming in on short rest tonight, but both have to be feeling pretty good after the way this past weekend went.
Yeah, both are going to be confident coming off their wins, and Loudoun having 2 wins and Legion coming off 1 with rougher starts to the season. I think their mentality is just to get that next win. They're both sitting at similar spots in the table, and they're just going to want to get that win and work their way back up into contention for playoffs.
Well, a big reason why Loudoun have been so good as of late. They've got Zach Ryan back in the mix. Their captain's back healthy, and they're a different team when he's in the starting 11.
Yeah, Zach Ryan is a very good player. You'll notice he's a very physical, athletic player, and he loves to get in behind. And he's going to be a handful for Fenwell and Alex tonight. He's been scoring a ton of penalties from the penalty spot. But what I can tell you, he's not going to be looking to do that tonight. He's going to want to score in the run of play and be a handful for the back line of the Legion.
Yeah, he's scored 8 times this year, 3 in the last couple of games. He leads the Loudoun attack. On the other side of things, the Birmingham attack features Juan Agadello, who's created over 20 scoring chances this year.
Yeah, there's no surprise there. Juan's a very creative player when he gets into the attack, and he's very good with his back to goal. He's comfortable with his back to goal, and the ball gets played to his feet, and he can play with the guys running off him. You'll see tonight Enzo Martinez and Tyler Pasher are going to look to get in behind him when he comes underneath in that false 9 role. So look forward to that.
We'll see if that Birmingham attack gets rolling again here at home once again tonight. As we close in on kickoff here in the Magic City, Loudoun United trying to make it 3 wins in a row. Birmingham Legion looking for their second victory in 5 days. It's Loudoun and the Legion next.
I walked into Chick-fil-A completely outnumbered. My husband was away at military leadership training, and the kids were doing this. Miss Carol brought me water, something to eat, and then before I knew it, she was tying Margot's shoes up and carrying her out to the car.
It always makes me feel good if I help somebody.
I went in the next day because I just wanted to make sure she knew how much I appreciated her help.
I'm just so glad there was somebody there when she really needed it.
That's gonna go on my refrigerator.
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship tonight in Birmingham, Alabama. Closing in on kickoff between the Legion and Loudoun United. But first, let's get a look at each side's starting 11s tonight. And Eli, let's start first with one of the youngest teams in the league, Ryan Morton's Loudoun United, making just the one change from the team that beat Miami this past weekend.
Yeah, they're gonna line up in a 4-4-2, and it's really no telling if they're going to be coming out and try and high press and bring the attack to us, or they're going to sit back a little bit more in that 4-4-2 and try to counter. It's a very, very good possibility. That's what we're going to see with this rainy evening.
Meanwhile, on the other side of things for Birmingham Legion, they've made a trio of changes that includes Stephen Nwegbo, who scored his first USL goal. He's rewarded with the start tonight.
Yeah, we're going to see Nwegbo come in on the left side and try to do the same stuff that he did to score that goal and cut in. And we'll see all the same from Agudelo and Martinez. They're going to be switching very, very often, and Pasha's going to get in behind them. So it'll be more of the same from Birmingham.
Our referees tonight are led by that man, Lorenzo Hernandez. The North Texas native gets his first head refereeing assignment in the USL Championship this year, but the second time he's been to Birmingham. Did Birmingham Legion against Memphis in the US Open Cup. There's Ryan Martin, the head man at Loudoun United. His 4th full season, his 5th overall since taking the reins back in June of 2019. On the other touchline, head coach Tom Stone leads the way for Birmingham Legion, now in his 5th season as well. He's taken the Legion to 4 straight playoff appearances, has them in position for a 5th as we approach the summer months. Bad news is we had a little bit of rain roll through about an hour leading up to kickoff. The good news is for now, it has gone away. Hopefully it stays away, and for both the players and the fans in attendance, that rain has certainly cooled things off. 75 degrees is about as good as you're going to get in the deep south on a warm summer night. So 75 degrees as we get ready for kickoff. The second time this year, Loudoun United and Birmingham Legion. There's the whistle, and we are underway from Protective Stadium tonight. Game brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham here in the Magic City. Loudoun United in red, Birmingham Legion. Second time in 5 days, they're playing in their black and gold. Salvis and Nwegbo not quite on the same page. It'll be an early throw for Loudoun. Actually, that's going to stay in play, collected by Dane Jackman, the goalkeeper. It's going to be a throw for Loudoun. Gives us a chance to look at our injury report tonight. First for the visitors from Leesburg, Virginia. Loudoun United, of course, once again without the services of Alex Nagy, Kwame Awa, and Cole Turner. Out with an ACL, Achilles, and meniscus injury, respectively. Giannis Learman was also questionable coming into the night, could not make it into the 18 once again, so he is out tonight for Loudoun. Meanwhile, Birmingham Legion officially without anybody on the injury report tonight, but no Colin Smith in the 18 after he went a large chunk of the game on Saturday at home, and no Mikey Lopez, who came out after about a half hour due to a knock he sustained in that Indy 11 contest. He was replaced by Matthew Corcoran in that game. And Eli, it's Matthew Corcoran who once again gets the start in midfield for Birmingham Legion at just 17 years old. His 9th start already this year.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he does. I mean, he's one of my favorite players. I think I'm excited to see how he plays, honestly. He's just always a smart player. He makes the right passes, and he's my kind of player, selfishly. But, you know, just from the start, from what I'm seeing, is Birmingham's going to come up in more of a 4-4-2, it looks like, with Enzo Martinez and Juan Agudelo up top. But
Martinez almost got on the end of that. It has to be collected by Jackman.
And they're going to look to do that exact stuff and just combine with between the two. It doesn't look like there's a true number 10 right now, so we'll see how they match up.
Of course, everybody knows how fearsome the attacking quartet of Birmingham can be. Patcher, Martinez, Agudelo, joined by Deba Nwegbo tonight, who scored his first USL Championship goal this past weekend at home against Indy 11. Jake Roof went up into that challenge. It's last touch by him. It'll be a throw for Loudoun. Abdul Zane will put it back in play.
It'll take a bit for this game to settle in with the rain and the water and all that stuff, so it's been a little hectic for the first couple of minutes. It'll settle in.
Both these teams, of course, used to playing on turf, and with all the rain this turf took over the last hour plus, I'm sure it's going to play like a very slick surface, at least this first half. Chica looking over the top. Kavita trying to hold it away from Tommy Williamson, and he did. Possession given right back. Here's Koa Santos. Big switch to the other side of Bart. Al Medkar gets around one man. Al Medkar shot blocked away by Alex Crinali.
That was a good play there from Loudoun United. Keeping it on one side, completing a few passes, and then doing the big switch coming over. Roof bites a little bit, tries to win the ball, gets unlucky, and fortunate Alex is there to make the block.
Good look from Khalil Al Medkar back in the lineup after missing that contest against Miami. Loudoun certainly happy to have him back. First corner of the night belongs to the visitors. United. Swinger headed away by Crognale only as far as Coa Santos. A second service towards the back post is headed high and over the bar. So early moments of trouble generated by Loudoun, but nothing comes of it in the end as Daniel Chica couldn't quite keep this down.
Yeah, it's just too high for him. He can't get over it. Tough one in the end. So it looks like Birmingham's going to be trying to play out, which is something I like to see. And Loudoun's going to play high and press them. So
another goal kick here for Birmingham after Kavita played that off of Jackson Hopkins. Talked to Ryan Martin earlier in the week. He said he wanted this Loudoun team to have an identity of a team that presses high no matter who they're playing. Coming out on the road trying to press Birmingham Legion high, force them long.
Yeah. It's a good mentality to have, good, especially with such a young team, and let them loose. Why not let them run?
It's a Loudoun team that's taken on a bit of a different identity this year. Ryan Martin still the leader, but Loudoun United no longer wholly controlled by DC United. DC United more of a minority investing partner at this point, and so Loudoun not necessarily beholden to whatever tactics DC United have in store. They can create more of their own tactical identity. Done so to much better effect the early part of this year, minus a bit of a skid as Jake Roof was fouled from behind and gives Birmingham a free kick. It's been a tale of two seasons to start the year for Loudoun United. 10 points from their first 6 games, playing a very exciting brand of soccer, including a 3-0 win over Birmingham.
Ball.
Martinez trying to bring that down. Chica got there first. Zane got to the second ball in front of Juan Agadello. 10 points for the first 6 games of the year for Loudoun. Then they dropped 7 in a row. Now they've come back and won 2 straight. Have a chance to make it 3 wins in a row. Their 3rd win in a row would get them back even on points with Birmingham. Legion interplayed tonight, 6th in the East, 19 points to their credit. Loudoun 8th in the East, that last Eastern Conference playoff spot. 16 points collected so far this year for Loudoun United, as Crognale heads that away from Tommy Williamson.
Yeah, you can see already what Loudoun's trying to do, and they want to play out a little bit, and it's kind of the same look from both teams that they're trying to play out, but they're not getting a ton of success, so they're trying to go over the top, which is a fair strategy at the start of the game.
Andrew able to turn and keep that ball in play. Tyak and Boney connect with Landry and Chica. The other side, Coa Santos down the channel. Alvis had it red. And Hopkins couldn't keep it in play. Gabriel Alvis, one of the rookies on this Birmingham Legion side from Marshall, where he won a national championship as a member of the Thundering Herd. Not quite on the same page there with Andrew Sinisiadu. Again, possession given away cheaply.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of that. The rain continues. It's gonna be tough to keep clean possession.
Coa Santos going to take a moment to get his team organized.
One more in zone. No turn. Yes.
Santos rudely dispossessed by Asiadu. Rinse and repeat that throw almost from the exact same spot. Santos, one of many guys in their first season with Loudoun United, as Loudoun turned the roster over a little bit in the offseason. Still the youngest team in the USL Championship by quite some margin. Meanwhile, Birmingham almost on the other side of things. A few more veterans in the lineup for the home side. Guys like Juan Agadello, Enzo Martinez, Tyler Pasher. Guys who have played a lot in this league and in MLS. Alex Crognale, same type of deal as he goes out the other side for Jake Roof.
Oh, he missed Pasha, was in behind there. When he goes, you want to play him. And he was on.
Pasher still right on the shoulder of that last defender, looking for a big ball over the top. Kavita plays that direction. Good work by Zane to get to it instead. Zane is going to have his hands full tonight. The 20-year-old from the Ivory Coast, with Tyler Pasher bearing down on him on that wing. Loudoun United, they may be young, but they're not short for pace. Coach Ryan Martin thought he said he had one of the paciest, if not the paciest team in the league. And Eli, with that youth, sometimes don't always have the most experience, but you do have some athletic guys, and Loudoun certainly has plenty up and down the 11.
Absolutely, and they're going to be looking to get in behind, and that's exactly what they're going to try to do with the speed.
Pass just a bit behind Ryan, intercepted by Alvis. And here comes Stephen Nwegbo, who's got a bit of space on this flank. Santos scrambling back defensively along with Hopkins. Nwegbo got the cross away, sent away by Chica. But it will be the first corner of the night for Birmingham, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
It was well done by Nwegbo to get to the end line and get the cross in. Unfortunately, didn't have enough runs in there, but had 2 men on him. He had no choice but to go end line and get it in.
6th start of the year for Stephen Nwegbo, who's scored once in the league now and once in the U.S. Open Cup. Here it's Birmingham Legion, their first corner of the night. It's Corcoran to serve it. To the back post, Agadello off a deflection just over the top.
Agadello's dangerous in the air. He's a very good header of the ball, and here you can see he just manages to create a little bit of space. Unfortunately, gets blocked over the net.
A bad look to Juan Agadello. Another Chick-fil-A corner kick coming. Pasture a serve. Agadello a bit too tall for him this time. Collected by Asiadu, whose service takes a deflection, and collected by Jackman, not too far from the face of goal.
And I can show you how the rain's going to affect the play. It's going to be sticky. Looks like he's stuck in the goal there.
I was about to say, we're going to have a stoppage as Dan Jackman can't get out. Pretty good look right there. It's his right cleat that took some untangling there for a moment. All good now. 10.5 minutes in tonight here at Protective Stadium. One of 4 games in the USL Championship this evening. Glad to have you with us for this one. Zach Ryan's beaten to that by the Birmingham captain, Fanuel Kavita. And the 2 central defenders tonight for Birmingham once again, along with Alex Crinali. Hopkins couldn't find his way around Alvis, and Enzo Martinez bumped from behind by Husso Landry. Some 19-on-19 crime there as Martinez is a bit slow to get up.
Yeah, as we're trying to play out, Enzo just crunches him. He's a center defensive mid. He's coming in to stop the play and prevent any counterattack. Not a bad foul there.
Martinez a bit slow to get up, but is all right. He's been the danger man for Birmingham, better part of the last 2 seasons.
Landry and Rocha seem to be the 2 in the midfield that are, for Loudoun, that are going to be making them tick, and they're going to be rotating in and out, defensive and more attacking roles, and keep an eye on them to help them play out of the back and really pull the strings for them.
Legion fans, don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Be sure to follow at BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook and TikTok. Download the Legion FC app today. At BHM Legion on all social media channels. Your way to keep up with all things Birmingham Legion FC. Alvis intercepted it, but gave possession back. Hopkins collects for Santos out wide. First time serve, not a bad ball. And away by Roof, only as far as another red shirt. Hopkins could not keep that down. But Eli, there's the pace of Loudoun. They countered in a hurry.
Yeah, absolutely. Landry took off there out of the midfield and had an amazing turn, and took the ball at the back line. That's exactly what you want. Landry just not able to get his foot over the ball. Sorry, Hopkins.
So Landry just 22 years old. Jackson Hopkins just 18. And here comes Loudoun again. Ray run forward, still continuing. The shot blocked away. Aiden Rocha went until someone stopped him. His shot blocked by Kavita, but another Loudoun corner coming here.
You can see again one of the midfielders, Rocha, this time taking it at the back line and just carrying until someone steps out. He manages to get a shot off and get a corner.
Rocha known for his passing. He's 2nd on the team in total passes coming into the night, but former Big East midfielder of the year had a scoring opportunity there for a moment. Khalil Medkar served this one. Khalil Medkar going to the back post. Nobody was there.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed with that one. Didn't give anyone a chance.
So just a goal kick in the end for Matt Van Oekel in this Birmingham defense.
So we need to see Anderson and Corcoran work together right there. You can see they're having a lot of breakdowns and just allowing them to run through. So they're going to tighten up the midfield right now because they're going to be coming through.
Fan Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select is the player's choice. First quarter hour here in Birmingham. Scoreless so far between Birmingham Legion and Loudoun United. Team in Nwegbo couldn't quite keep that alive. Neither could Zach Ryan right in front of the Birmingham bench. Siadu on the turn. Trying to connect with Pasher, who receives it well. Touched his way around Zane and around Landry. Somehow Tyler Pasher, the ball glued to his feet, finds Enzo Martinez.
Now we can get a little bit of possession, hopefully in the final third.
Directs back to Alves, who's got support there from Siadu. Fans down below appreciating Siadu's footwork there under duress, but Kavita can't find a man with his pass. Rocha. Landry. And here comes Loudoun. Hopkins has options. Santos is one of them. Santos on his left this time. Serves, flick to the back post, still alive for Loudoun. Hopkins around the penalty spot, brings it down, but not able to turn against Kavita as Nwegbo provides a clearance.
That was a really good attack there by Loudoun United. You saw Rocha and Landry combine in the midfield and then advance it to one of the strikers, and they combine, get it wide, and get across, and that's exactly what they're going to be looking to do, and it nearly paid off for them.
Loudoun the more dangerous side, a little more than 15 minutes in so far. It was Loudoun who was the more dangerous side, certainly last time these two teams met in Virginia a couple of months ago. Loudoun 3, Birmingham 0. The first Loudoun win in the series history between these two. It was a convincing one for Ryan Martin's club. After Birmingham swept both meetings last year, including the last time they played here in this building, 6-1. Loudoun looking for their second win against Birmingham this year tonight as Van Oekel makes an easy collection.
Birmingham's going to want to look to get a little bit of possession here. They've been, the first 16 minutes, they've been a lot of very sloppy in possession and been doing a lot of chasing. So here, they're going to hope to get some possession on this spell here.
Pasher looking over the top. Second ball collected by Zane, and he's bumped from behind by Juan Agudelo.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. He was shielding the ball, and Juan came right through his back.
Good work on that side. Abdul Zane combining with the 16-year-old Matai Akimboni. Akimboni may be young, but he's got plenty of size, listed at 6'3".
Plenty of size and athleticism. Zane as well. They're both very quick and athletic players. Tyler Pasher is one of the fastest players I've ever seen, and Zane is really not having too much of a problem with the speed right now.
Santos back to the feet of his goalkeeper, Dane Jackman. Getting the start for the 4th time out of 5 now for Loudoun United. Alves beats Williamson to the first ball. The second ball collected by Koa Santos. Hopkins on the turn, went down. Referee waved it off.
Well, might have gotten away with one there.
Rocha. Akimboni. He'll tee it up from distance and does not come close to finding the face of goal. It was ambitious.
It was ambitious. Can't fault him for trying, but definitely didn't come off.
Agudelo trying to hold it up. Does so. Crognale.
It's well done. What way to find the space by Alex. No shame in keeping it here.
Sidu turning through traffic. Martinez dummied it through. Birmingham starting to get on the ball just a little bit more as of late. They're back on it here. Alvis, Corcoran able to combine. Pasher got a touch, but not much more than that. Akimboni back towards Ryan and out of play. It'll be a Birmingham throw. And Eli, neither side allowing the other to really have long spells of possession here the first 19 minutes.
Well, it's difficult for both sides, and you know the field is very wet. It's taken them both just a while to settle into the pitch, and I'm not surprised, and that's kind of what we anticipated coming into it.
Good interplay there. Agadello for Pasher, who's off and running. Pasher able to keep that in play. Pasher couldn't find his way around Zane, who got a touch in. Corcoran on the turn. Agadello couldn't quite get around Landry.
That was well done by Corcoran. Good recovery there from Juan.
And that's going to be a foul against Agadello.
Yeah, good. He knew it. It's fine to foul there. He's okay with it. Get everyone behind the ball.
Birmingham fans, if you're looking to grab some of the season's Legion FC merchandise to wear to the next home game, check out all the new gear at bhmlegion.shop. Again, bhmlegion.shop to make sure you're outfitted and ready for the next Birmingham Legion home game here at Protective Stadium. Rocha couldn't quite thread it through to Santos. Real Alvis had that one read. Pasher.
Great ball.
Good find by
Got
Anderson
Roof,
to
got
Sidu.
advance.
Pasher drops Landry, still working with it. Roof the wide option. First time serve. Martinez was waiting. Roof this time lays it off. Corcoran towards the penalty spot. Martinez right at Jackman.
It's a great attack. Started with Anderson breaking all the lines in the midfield, and Pasher turning and dribbling at the back line. That was a good attack for Birmingham. Roof trying to cut it back, not able to do so, and pulls it back around, and Corcoran gets it in. Good attempt by Enzo, but falling away from the goal, it's always going to be hard to get enough power.
So Martinez has scored 6 times this year, including the game winner against Indy in the 89th minute this past weekend. Now comes Loudoun. Almedkar. His cross got through Roof's legs. Kernali got a touch and did the smart thing. Sent it over the end line. Another Loudoun corner coming here the first part of this first half. Almedkar waiting for some red shirts to join the penalty area. Got a few options. A driven service got all the way across, but nobody had made that run.
That's dangerous when you see the ball bounce, you know, 2 yards in front of the goal and know it's commanding to get it.
Van Okel making sure his defense is on the same page here. This is a dangerous ball.
Looked like no one from Loudoun wanted to attack the goal. No one wanted to score on that one. It was a very easy chance to.
Even Wegbo had the best crack at it for Birmingham. He let it go, and it ended up going all the way across. Chica trying to keep Agadello from it. Agadello on his heels. Chica did just enough to usher it back to his goalkeeper. And a foul is going to go against Alvis there as he was tied up with Hopkins. First part of this first half gone. Halfway through our opening 45. Scoreless so far between Birmingham Legion, Loudoun United. Blake Gardner, Eli Kernali, glad to have you with us tonight. Loudoun trying to break the deadlock right here. Hopkins into the area. Cross, not a bad one, but the shot leaves a little bit to be desired there from Tommy Williamson.
That was a good attack. You saw Hopkins. He got off the right shoulder of Alves and Alves wasn't able to track him in behind. He got him behind him, and good ball to cut back, top of the box. He's just not able to wrap his foot around it. It's difficult though coming into that speed from the cross, and he's running onto it. So good attempt, but a little bit off.
Williamson has scored twice this year, couldn't there. Agudelo went down, wanted a whistle, didn't get one. Loudoun back on it. Ryan holds it up for Koa Santos, who's been heavily involved. Toward the area. Almedkar tried to bring it down. Roof got there instead. Looks like that ball went over the sideline, then came back in play. So it'll be a throw for Loudoun, a little bit closer to the attacking third. But if you're Ryan Martin, you gotta like what you've seen from your team so far in the first 24 minutes.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy with how they're doing, and I think the game plan is working right now. They're just trying to work it. They're trying to play good soccer, and that's what we're seeing. And they're working it through. They're working it through Rocha and Landry in the midfield, and then getting it wide and getting some wing progression. Things are good. Really, all they need is the goal, and then it'd be a perfect start to the half.
Santos whipped that ball into the back post. Nobody had made that run. So a goal kick here for Legion FC. Vance Birmingham Legion's next match is on the road at San Antonio FC on Saturday, July 1st at 8 o'clock Central Time. Tune in to watch the match on My68 or ESPN Plus. Follow at BHM Legion on Twitter for live match updates. The team returns home to Protective Stadium to take on Tampa Bay Saturday, July 15th at 6:30 Central Time. Get your tickets tonight at bhmlegion.com. Again, Legion at San Antonio and then at home against Tampa Bay on Saturday, July 15th, right here at Protective Stadium. Cito with the interception, but before that, Agudelo is going to be called for the foul as he made contact with Daniel Chica.
Yeah, he came in just a little late after the play. Doesn't show you much there, but he came a little late, and shoulder to shoulder after the play, knocked him over. It's going to be a foul every time. But in the Birmingham possession there, you saw Enzo's already dropped in, even defensively right now. He's more in the midfield. There's been a little bit of rotation. Pasher's up top, and Agudelo's come out to the left. So something Tommy likes to do a lot is when things aren't going how he anticipated, he'll just change things up, change the formation, and move some players around and see if that one works. So a little bit of that right now, so keep an eye on him.
Daniel Chica has a bit of space here. He'll push it forward. He's passed a bit behind Tommy Williamson. Another easy collection for Matt Van Oekel, the 36-year-old goalkeeper for Birmingham Legion.
Yeah, it looks like Matthew is coming out to the left side, which is an interesting move, but we'll see how it works.
So Birmingham changing their shape just a little bit here at the 26th, 27th minute.
It's a defensive move. I'm sure he wants Enzo in there to, help defensively, because right now Loudoun midfield's having their way. So I understand what Tommy sees.
Crowley connects with his center back partner Kavita. Here is Matthew Corcoran, as Eli was talking about, relocated out to this side. Cronali touches his way around Ryan. Sane, did he keep it in play? Referee said he did. Wegbo and Legion able to win it back. Did Wegbo keep that alive? Yes, he did. Agudelo continued running forward. Still Agudelo. His cross blocked away. He's able to maintain possession for the black and gold. Roof, Martinez. Way back to Cronelli as Birmingham reset the point of attack. Longest possession of this first half for the home side.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine to keep it here and keep some possession. Well, every time I say that, I feel like they kick it away.
Akimboni and Landry combined to win it back for Loudoun. So Landry has been a menace in defensive midfield here in this first half. Birmingham pressing, trying to keep Zane in this corner. Landry went to ground. Was he fouled? Referee said no, but he did give Loudoun the throw. And Landry
Didn't
is
look like
down.
there was any contact there. But that was well done by Zana. He's having a really good game. I'm impressed with how he's performing defensively and attack. He's comfortable on the ball. He just fell over. You can see on Juan's face, he's extremely shocked.
So it is a Loudoun throw, no whistle. Alvis clears that far away from trouble in the direction of Juan Agadello. Was able to bring it down, but couldn't quite connect with Deben Wegbo. 7 shots here in the early going for Loudoun, none of them on target. Just 2 for Birmingham Legion, 1-headed effort from Enzo Martinez has forced a Dane Jackman save. Both sides continue to look for an edge in this first half. Alvis tried to usher it over the end line and did.
Wow, he managed to get away with a goal kick. He didn't fall on it, didn't touch it. Or at least he didn't show the ref that he touched it. We'll take a look at it.
Might have been 1 touch there from Alvis. A goal kick nonetheless, as Agadello's making the run in behind. Chica heads it down to Siadou's onto the second ball. Here comes Birmingham Legion. Anderson, a Siadou shot deflected wide by Akimboni.
It's well done by Anderson. When you go big over the top to Juan, and if it comes up short, that's exactly what you want. Is you want your midfield line to get in front of their midfield and get the second ball and then create the second attack out of it. Anderson did very well there.
Anderson Siadou, a beloved member here in Birmingham. He gives Legion FC their 3rd corner of the night, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Pasher towards the back post again. Kavita just wide.
Another one went way over the back to the back post, and Fenwell did what he could, but it's a tough one.
So goal kick for Loudoun here at the half-hour mark. They'll play it short, play out of the back. Before Chica sends it long. A quiet first half for Zach Ryan, but good hold-up play from him there. Landry out the other side. El Medkar isolated against Roof. Ryan into the attack. Hopkins couldn't quite keep it glued to his feet. Loudoun will reset. Ryan Martin off his chair for the moment, encouraging his side.
Landry and Rocha right now just having a field day in the midfield. They're finding every pocket that's out there and getting the ball and just playing through it. It's more of the same right now for Loudoun. They're going to want to stick to it.
Hopkins couldn't keep that in play. A throw for Birmingham. Fans don't miss a minute of the action in 2023, whether your club's on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of the USL Championship on ESPN Plus. Home to the USL, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. If you're watching us on ESPN Plus, thanks for joining us tonight. Blake Gardner alongside Eli Crinali, your crew here at Protective Stadium. Our score for now, but for how much longer? Deben Wegbo trying to get his cross away. Good work by Zane. Did he keep it in play? No. Who was it last touched by? Referees say it was touched by Wegbo.
Yeah, hard to see from here, but I mean it. Yeah. What are you gonna say? I mean, I don't think he missed it. I think it's the right call. But once again, just really good defense by Zane. His 1v1 defending has been spectacular.
Abdul Zane making a name for himself early on. On loan from a club in the Ivory Coast. Abdul Zane now in his 2nd campaign with Loudoun United. After quite a bit of success last year, he's now making his 5th straight start here this year. That ball over the top finds the waiting arms of Matt Van Okel. And up here in the booth, we're joined by a very special guest, the newest member of the ownership group for Birmingham Legion FC, one and only Mr. Dominique Wilkins. Sir, you've been a busy man the last couple days. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, but yeah, I'm floating on fumes right now. But it's good stuff, though. It's good stuff. I'm really excited to be here and be a part of the family. And so, yeah, it's been a busy couple of days.
Anderson Asiadu pushing forward for the Legion.
There you
Great
go.
ball across. Wegbo scores!
Nice.
Birmingham Legion in front. Right as Dominique Wilkins jumps on the mic, the Legion take the lead.
Well, there's the good luck charm.
Hey, I need to come up here more often.
Yeah, you should hang out the rest of the half. There's no reason for you to head out.
Second straight game with a goal for Deben Wegbo, brought to you by AT&T. Birmingham Legion have the game's first breakthrough.
Sweet.
Just what we were looking for up here and for the fans down below as well. And Eli, it was well worked. Anderson Asiadu creating the goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to look to do, is get it wide. Anderson comes across, and Wegg was in behind. He managed to get behind the defense, and they broke the line with the pass to Anderson, and Wegbo just stepped in behind, and super easy finish for them. It's a good goal. Second goal in 2 games for Wegbo, so he's feeling good right now.
What a week it's been for Deben Wegbo. Birmingham Legion in front, 1-0. And Mr. Wilkins, you said you're running on fumes. That'll get you going a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Man, that was a beautiful setup. Like you said, it made it look easy. But when you get a great pass like that, hey, like I said,
that's a layup. That's a layup.
Yeah, no, that's a dunk, brother. That's a dunk.
That's a dunk. Yeah, you're right.
But you know what? You know, it just impresses me even more to see how resilient these guys are and how in great shape they are. So, you know, it's a huge field for these guys to get up and down, to have that kind of passion. Just takes a tremendous amount of will as well as stamina.
Flag up, free kick given to Loudoun here. And Dominique, you talked a little bit about how competitive you are over the past couple of days. A big reason why you wanted to join this Birmingham Legion venture. I mean, when you look at this team and you learned about this team and how they've been to the playoffs their first 4 years of existence, they're in a playoff position again here in their 5th. Did that certainly something that appealed to you as a competitor?
Yeah, when you look at a young franchise like this, you know, been around 5 years, and 4 out of 5 years you've been in the playoff, it tells you they got a taste of winning, and that's a great recipe for building a great franchise. So I think we're well on our way. Of course, you still got to add pieces here and there, but this is a great start to a young franchise.
Van Okel punches that aside. There was a big collision there. Kavita down as well. And
those are 2 big guys going at each other, so I think they're both going to hopefully get up here. But that was a tough collision right there.
Referee stopping things, did the right thing, making sure both those guys are going to be okay. Looks like Van Okel took the worst of it. Another look here at Santos' delivery.
Yeah, both are just looking directly at the ball and collide in midair.
Yeah, when you get up in the air like that, a lot of bad things could happen.
I know.
But you know, both guys going for the ball. It's a good thing.
Looks like both guys are going to be okay as well. So, 37th minute, Birmingham Legion on top by 1. What's the last couple of days been like for you since the announcement? It's
been great. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. You know, drove up from Atlanta this morning, but yesterday was the start of it, and you know, ESPN. It was just a great day, and the response that we've gotten, you know, because of this announcement has been tremendous, and even more than I expected. So I'm excited about being a part of this team and the ownership group. So we're looking to do some great things.
And of course, you've been tied to Birmingham already through your ties with Culture City, a big part of that organization as well. How important is it to be able to tie both those 2 interests, Birmingham Legion and Culture City, together now?
It's great because you got 2 entities here that have the same goal in mind. It's just do something special outside of the field as well as on the field. So you need that, you know, that give back component that Culture City does every day. So, you know, we have a great organization. That's the reason why I'm really in Birmingham. It started with Culture City that, you know, got me coming here quite a bit. So now being a part of the Legion, man, I can't tell you how thrilled I am.
Counter-attacking chance here for Loudoun. Down the channel it goes for Williamson in a foot race with Kavita, and the Birmingham captain wins that battle.
To say he got a little speed is an understatement.
A little pace, right?
He's got some pace for sure.
But again, you talk about the stamina these guys have to get up and down this field.
Yeah.
You know, for 90 minutes. It's crazy.
It's a different type of fitness, I can tell you that.
We're talking to Eli off camera a little bit before the game. I told him he needs to ask you for some pointers as a game analyst, a guy who's been quite a few games as an analyst over in Atlanta.
It's been fun. I mean, I've been an analyst now for about 21 years now. And
you and Bob, right?
Yeah, Bob. Bob, the funny thing about Bob called my games in high school, college, and pros. Now we're analysts together.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I said, Bob, you're not but a couple years older than me. I said, how old were you when you started calling games? He was about, I think he was 17, 18
wow.
at the time. Yeah.
Guy that's been doing it a long time.
He's good. He's very good.
Chick-fil-A corner kick here for Tyler Pasher right in front of the Magic City Brigade in the Birmingham supporter section. Legion FC trying to add on to their first half advantage here.
We want to look for some better service. There hasn't been much to work with so far, and here it is. Very close
pass there. Jacquemin got up to at least punch it aside. Second serve, punched aside once again by Jacquemin. Chance at a third service here for Pasher, racing towards the byline. Loudoun able to clear their lines here. They are. Good footwork there from Zach Ryan to at least hold it up for Zane, who could not keep it alive. It's a Legion FC throw. Last thing, Dominique. So here in Birmingham, obviously, you're going to be a part of this club now going forward. You're going to be spending a lot more time here. Where are the spots you're hitting up? Where are you going to? What excites you the most about being involved with this club going forward?
Well, first of all, I've been in Birmingham quite a bit. We do our culture ball here for Culture City every year. So I like the restaurants here. I'm a big foodie guy. So
I'm right there with you.
Birmingham got some great restaurants.
They
so
do.
I'm looking forward to, interacting and going to those restaurants even more now.
Well, I know based on the excitement we saw at the presser earlier today, the excitement across social media, Birmingham fans are excited to have you more in the city here. So excited to see your presence felt more around the club.
And I'm looking forward to really interacting with the Birmingham fans and let them know, hey, I have a true love for being here. It started a couple years ago for me coming back and forth, though I want them to know this is a personal thing for me, and I'm a really people's person. So I'm looking forward to really knowing a lot of people here.
Absolutely. Well, Dominique Wilkins, the newest member of the investor group, the ownership group here at Birmingham Legion. Excited to have you on board. And listen, if Tyler Pasher scores here, you definitely got to stick around.
Hey, if he scores here, I'm in.
Pasher leaves it for Martinez. Agadello on the turn in tight spaces. Couldn't quite corral it, but hey, you got Birmingham Legion the lead while you're up here. We'll take that. Dominique Wilkins, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for stopping by.
You guys will see a lot of me, so I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Already.
Birmingham Legion getting it done on and off the field over the last couple of days. Adding a big-time investor, the 9-time All-Star, the 7-team All-NBA performer Dominique Wilkins to the mix. Meanwhile, winners against Indy 11 on Saturday. And in front of Loudoun United right now, 1-0 as we approach the conclusion of our first 45 minutes. Tell you what, he's got an impeccable sense of timing, right?
Yeah, he does. That was amazing.
Deep into Wagbo in the score sheet for the second straight game, right as Dominique Wilkins grabbed a headset. One of a couple special guests in the Magic City tonight for this one. Martinez couldn't quite get in on the end of that. Rita clears it only as far as another red shirt. Roof, a secondary clearance now. In the direction of Wegbo. He and Chica both down. Referee plays the advantage. Almedkar got the shot away, wouldn't have mattered. The flag was up. And it looks like Williamson was the man who was in an offside position. And Eli, if you're head coach Tom Sohn, the first 15-20 minutes or so maybe didn't go your way, but
no,
that goal certainly goes a long ways into making you feel much better about the way this first half is unfolded.
Yeah, very much so. And he made the slight changes. It looks like they've gone back to a more typical structure, but that goal is going to help them out. Now they can kind of control the game a little bit, not worry too much about attacking, and try and get a little bit more possession. That was the biggest thing for me, is they just kept losing the ball and losing the possession. So hopefully they can settle down a little bit, get more of the ball.
Agadello brought down, free kick given to Birmingham Legion. Brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. Agadello will put it back on the floor, or Martinez rather puts it on the floor, and Birmingham will play quickly again. Final 2+ minutes of this opening 45. Is there another scoring opportunity left in this first half?
Great ball there.
Allen connects with Martinez, who continues to drop deep and find the ball. Gabriel Alves out wide. His service blocked over the inline by Hopkins. The 5th Chick-fil-A corner kick of this first half forthcoming. Eli Corcoran's already had a couple of good serves.
Yeah. Try to find a head of Cronulla here, hopefully.
He's going that direction. Nwegbo right at the waiting arms of Jackaman. Tell you what, though, Deben Nwegbo is playing with a lot of confidence here as of late.
Zach Ryan and Juan getting into it right there. Not a bad opportunity, actually. Found a lot of space there at the near post. He could have flicked it on, just kind of missed it. Hit off his shoulder, I believe. One thing we really haven't seen a lot of is Zach Ryan in this first half. He's been fairly quiet, not able to get behind much when the ball's coming to his feet. There's not a ton of space for him. Really, what Loudoun's been able to get going has been around him. So he'll most likely be looking to get going.
Santos making the run towards the line, kept it alive. Santos could not find his way around Elvis.
Good 1v1 defending by Alves there.
Landry on the turn, allowing a chance to perhaps play out the other side. Santos again. Threads it through. Ahmedkar made the run forward, hounded by Kavita. Rocha. Landry. Back where it started Santos. It is confirmed down below. 2 minutes of stoppage time. To the back post. Van Oekel punches it aside. And Roof able to shield it away from Williamson.
Cheeky there from Roof.
Done by Jake Roof. Cronulla clears it as far as he can, and here comes Enzo Martinez. Stoppage time brought to you by UAB Medicine as we wind down this first half. Macatello just a bit too far out in front of Tyler Pasher. Loudoun on the attack again. Eli, to your earlier point, just one touch in the box for Zach Ryan here in this opening 45 minutes to this point.
Yeah.
Loudoun have gone without a shot on frame in this first half against Matt Van Oekel in this Birmingham defense. Trying to find an answer to that opening goal for Birmingham Legion, scored by Deben Nwegbo. Nwegbo in defense this time against Santos.
Yeah, you can see most of Birmingham's behind the ball right now. They're just going to try and see this half out.
About 30 seconds left of our minimum of 2 minutes here. Loudoun look for a way through this Birmingham defense. Might have found something here. Ryan back across the park. Chica pushing forward from his center back spot. Landry. Options to pick out. 4 shirts arriving. Couldn't find any of them. Matt Van Oekel, an easy catch on a hop, and that might bring the first half to a close. So far, so good for this Birmingham defense. Have not allowed Loudoun through. Meanwhile, Birmingham found the only goal in this first half. Deben Nwegbo strike the difference, as Birmingham Legion will take a lead into the halftime dressing room. Good start for the home side against a Loudoun team who had won their past couple of contests. Coach Tom Sowen and Birmingham Legion. Good vibes they will take into the halftime dressing room here at Protective Stadium. We'll see what Ryan Martin and Loudoun United have drawn up after the halftime break as well. Coming up on our coverage, spoke to Anderson Asiadu to get his thoughts on the 2023 campaign to this point. Plus, we'll get a look at our out-of-town scoreboard with 3 other games in action here on this USL Wednesday night. Plus, we'll look at news and notes around the league and stats from our first 45 minutes here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion 1, Loudoun United 0 at halftime here in Birmingham.
Calling all Legion fans, Birmingham Legion and your local Papa John's have teamed up to kick your hunger with these exclusive Papa John's deals. When the Legion win, you win. Get a free large pizza with the purchase of a large pizza at regular menu price the day after a Legion win. Using code LEGIONWINS at papajohns.com. Hungry for better? All season long, enjoy 25% off your regular menu price order when you use code LEGION at papajohns.com. Don't miss out on these great deals at a participating Papa John's.
We are
Welcome back to our coverage of Birmingham Legion FC. I'm joined now with midfielder Anderson Asiadu. You guys have switched your mindset. It's back to the regular season. How have you guys been able to regroup since the Open Cup?
You know, it was a lot of ups and downs during our regular season, and we had a lot of focus on the Open Cup game. So right now, we're shifting all our focus, momentum to the regular season, you know, to do our best there to get on the top of the table, you know, because we're already there, but because of momentum and focus shifting, we kind of like wanted to focus on the Open Cup more. But now that everything is done, we're ready to go on the regular season.
How much of that momentum have you gathered from the fan support that you guys saw and experienced in the Open Cup? More than 18,000 fans, packed Protective Stadium. What was that like, and how do you hope that momentum from a cheer standpoint kind of helps you guys down the backstretch?
It's been amazing. You know, we thank our fans for showing up that day, and we want them to keep coming, you know, because they are the reason why we do this job, you know. I do it for myself, but we do it for the fans as well. You know, they are the reason why we come every day, and we want to do our best win so that they can keep coming, you know, because it's a joy, you know, when you have amazing fans behind you, it gives you the energy, the momentum, you know, the spirit of football to go and do something great. So to be honest, we're just grateful to have them, and we want them to keep coming.
There's no doubt that you're a fan favorite. Every time you have the ball, fans erupt in cheers. You are aggressive on defense. How has your play evolved so far in this early part of the season, and how has that really spearheaded this team together?
Yeah, right now, you know, like I'm in my 5th year here, you know, I play here for a long time, you know, and I know my duty and my role on the team. And I know that I need to help the team in defensive set places. So every time I want to do that more to help the team, because I know the attacking guys will do their job, you know. So if you have a team like that and everybody's playing their role and you defending for the other guys to win, it helps you. It makes you joy because you know that your game is being rewarded. I might not be the guy to score the goal, but I want to do my part very well so that the team can benefit of it, which is the defensive side.
Not only are you a fan favorite on the field, but off the field, your game day outfits have taken the Twitter by storm, we'll say. But what goes into you picking your game day outfit, arriving to the stadium? You've got some style, so do you give some of your teammates some tips?
Yeah. You know, there has to say that if you look good, you play good. You know what I'm saying? And that has been the momentum. You know, that every time you want to look good, because this is my job. this is my office job, you know. I'm going into the office to win. I'm going into the office to destroy, you know, to make sure that I have 3 points. So I got to look good for myself. And the moment I look good, it translates in my mind, thinking that when I look good, I can play good.
So if Birmingham had Fashion Week, you'd win, right?
Well, most of the players will win too, not just me, you know. Everybody have their own fit. But I wanted to go back to my traditional way, my African way, you know, to, you know, look good for myself. So I don't know about other guys, but everybody have their way of putting their things together. But for me, I just want to look classy and play good. That's my whole goal of it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Birmingham Legion FC coverage continues after this.
Thank you.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Well, it's turned into a lovely night here in downtown Birmingham, Alabama, as we welcome you back to our coverage of the USL Championship tonight. Birmingham Legion, Loudoun United at the break. Birmingham Legion in front of Loudoun by a count of 1-0 at the moment. Blake Gardner, Eli Cronali here with you as we look at our USL Eastern Conference standings coming into the night. Birmingham Legion in 6th coming into the night. They'd be level on points, and they would have more wins than Louisville City, so they would actually move into 5th if the results hold tonight. Meanwhile, Loudoun holding on to one of those final couple of playoff spots along with Indy 11. And Eli, we talked about it off the top. Loudoun got off to a great start this year. What a job it would be for Ryan Martin and his club to get Loudoun United into the playoffs here in 2023.
Yeah, it'd be absolutely incredible for him, and I know he's been working for that. And you know, I've known Ryan Martin for 4 or 5 years now, and he even coached me when I was a little bit younger. But I know he would absolutely love to get them in, and that's his goal, and he's trying to just implement his philosophy, and it's been going for 4 years, and hopefully it pays off for him this year, but we'll see.
So right now Birmingham and Loudoun occupying the bottom few playoff spots in the Eastern Conference. We'll see if that holds. 4 games tonight in the USL Championship on this Wednesday. Memphis 901 FC has hung 2 already on FC Tulsa at home. An own goal, technically the first goal. Rashawn Dolly added in the second for Memphis. Birmingham fans certainly not going to want to see that. Meanwhile, RGV and Colorado Springs tied at the break as well, and kicking off in about 2 minutes out in Albuquerque. New Mexico United taking on Phoenix Rising in a game out west, with plenty of big-time games coming up on ESPN Plus later this weekend, highlighted by Charleston hosting Memphis. Charleston Battery, one of the best stories of the year here in 2023. It's been a competitive Eastern Conference. Already talked about Charleston just a moment ago. Meanwhile, Eli, it's also part of the game as well that sometimes change is needed. Miami hasn't been off to the start here in 2023 that they have wanted, so they're making a coaching change, and certainly things in flux down in South Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. And, when things aren't going right, you gotta assess multiple things, and there are various factors that go into making a decision like that and stepping down as a head coach. And in Miami, you either can change personnel, change formation, change philosophy, but for the club, clearly it's you know, the move to change the head coach, and that's what happened.
Meanwhile, coming up in about 10 days, Phoenix Rising, Memphis 901 puts the USL back on national TV July 1st, 10 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Mountain Time on ESPN2. Those two go head-to-head in a national spotlight. Here in the Magic City at Protective Stadium, we're through 45 minutes. Dominique Wilkins jumped on the mic with us for a moment. Birmingham Legion scored just like that. Deba Nwegbo's strike set up by Anderson Asiadu, the difference so far. Eli, what else stands out to you on the stat sheet?
You know, really, the possession to me, I think, was a little bit more effective for Loudoun. They have the edge there. It's not a crazy amount, but you know, in the first half, they managed to get the possession. They created a few chances, but they weren't as quality as the Legion, and the Legion capitalized on their opportunities. They got in behind the defense, and Loudoun have not yet to do that, really. So we'll see what the second half brings. And
indeed we will. Birmingham Legion in front by 1 at the moment. The second 45 minutes from downtown Birmingham come your way when we return right after this.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you.
There's a beat in all of us. It drives us, it inspires us, and it pushes us through. It is there in preparation, it is there in battle, it is there in defeat, and in success. It's the engine, it's our guide. And this beat is my own. This beat is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water, hydration for athletes.
Back here, Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. There we are, 6 floors up here in the press box at Protective Stadium, getting set for the second half. But first, let's get a look at some highlights from our first 45 minutes. And Eli, Matthew Corcoran had a couple of good serves. Birmingham had a couple of good looks on set pieces and the resets off some of those set pieces. Yeah,
Matthew did a good job with the corner kicks. And, you know, it's just what you're looking to get, some good service into the box. And here you saw another replay from Loudoun trying to get that ball back. And we talked about that one earlier. He couldn't quite wrap his foot around that. Good opportunity.
Meanwhile, Birmingham finally capitalized on one of the opportunities they had. What a find by Anderson Asiadu.
Yeah, it's exactly what they wanted to do. And, you know, Juan comes underneath. And like we said, he creates another opportunity and plays Anderson in behind the defense. And, you know, and Nwegbo manages to get to the spot. And that's exactly what you need to do. And it's a simple finish.
Fantastic shot by our crew there, setting up Deba Nwegbo. You can see it on his face how much it means to him. 2 goals in as many games. His strike the difference right now. Birmingham Legion in front of Loudoun 1-0. And although Loudoun created a bit more danger in terms on the aggregate, I would say, did not find the shot on target. Birmingham did, and found the back of the net. So Birmingham Legion lead on what has turned into a gorgeous night here in Birmingham. Had lots of rain earlier this afternoon, but right about kickoff, the rain seemed to stop, and it stayed away ever since. We'll hope it stays that way here in the second 45 minutes, as both teams have made their way out of the dressing rooms, and looks like we're just about ready to go. No announced changes for Birmingham. Doesn't look like there have been any either for Loudoun as we get this second half off and running.
Now it looks like both sides are going to come out in the exact way that they started.
Going to be an uphill climb for Loudoun United. They are 0-5 so far this year when trailing at the break. So trying to buck that trend here in the Deep South tonight. Birmingham Legion, meanwhile, have taken a lead into the halftime dressing room 4 times this year. Those 4 instances have led to 3 wins and a draw. Juan Agudelo holds up that throw-in from Roof.
There's Enzo in the midfield. And a credit to Tommy for making that change. Really, Enzo and Juan were playing up high and almost next to each other, and it just wasn't working at all. So what he did was just drop Enzo into the midfield. He's playing more of that attacking midfield role, and he's able to combine more and help Corcoran and Seydou out in the midfield.
Pasher onto it, tries to bend it around, but couldn't quite get all the way around it.
And a good attack right there.
Straight out of the break, Birmingham creating a bit of danger. Not a bad effort there from Tyler Pasher. Set up by Martinez and Agudelo. So can Loudoun continue to maintain that possession, but also create that killer scoring chance that evaded them in the first half. Here's Zach Ryan, top of the box, threading it through. Almedkar tracks it down. Crognale cuts out his service.
They are trying to get Zach Martin, involved a little bit more. He was very quiet, and immediately, he gets a good ball to break the line in behind and create a difficult opportunity.
Almedkar back on it again. So Landry, the overlap. The service right at Matt Van Oekel. Makes a comfortable catch once again. Talked about it late in the first half, Eli. Just 1 touch in the box for Zach Ryan, who had scored 3 goals in his last 2 games coming into the night. That is a great ball from Alves down the line to find Nwegbo. Nwegbo taken down. Was it clean? Referee says it was. It was well timed by Koa Santos. Corcoran on the turn.
It's a good counter press by the Legion. Everyone man to man and made sure they didn't get out.
Looks like that was last touch by Nwegbo. To be a goal kick here for Loudoun.
That was great movement by Nwegbo to get behind the outside back, and Alves with a peach of a pass down the line.
Talked about it a little bit at the break, but fans, the USL on ESPN continues as the summer heats up. Memphis 901 FC and Aaron Malloy head to the Valley of the Sun to face Manuel Arteaga and Phoenix Rising FC. It's Phoenix Rising and Memphis 901, Saturday, July 1st at 10 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Mountain Time, 8 o'clock Pacific Time, and it's late if you're a Loudoun fan on the East Coast, 11 o'clock Eastern Time over on ESPN2. Ryan trying to hold it up, got it back. Rocha. Good ball by Rocha.
Yeah.
Santos plays the service, headed just wide. Almedkar made the run forward.
That was a very dangerous opportunity. Really good vision by Rocha to just open his hips and find the outside back. As you see, the ball comes in. It's just barely. It's a perfect pass, perfect cross, just over Alex's head and in between the center back and the outside back. Just a little bit too high for him there.
How much do you think Alex Crognale jumping for that maybe threw off the vision of Almedkar just enough?
Yeah, definitely could have, and he gets in front of his way, can't see the ball, and it's tough. Makes it more difficult. He's a pretty big guy jumping in front of you, so I'm not surprised that makes it difficult for him.
Almedkar knocks that into touch. It'll be a Birmingham throw. Just 4 minutes into our second half. Even Nwegbo's goal came in the 34th minute. The difference so far is Anderson Asiadu set him up. Second time in as many games. Those two have combined to give Legion a goal. Hopkins connects with Ryan. Couldn't quite get it to Williamson. Good work by Asiadu trying to keep it off of Williamson and Ryan. He did both. Martinez met by Landry. Tell you what, that midfield right now is not for the faint at heart. Hopkins. Out for Rocha. Not a bad ball in, headed away by Alex Crognale. Landry. Williamson on the turn, able to get around to Siadu, centers it, and it takes a deflection. Kavita got just enough for the shot of Ryan. Well done there from Tommy Williamson. He had a quiet first half as well, but nearly connected with Zach Ryan as those two trying to tie this contest at one apiece. So Loudoun have come out and created a few moments of trouble out of the halftime dressing room, exactly what Ryan Martin was looking for. Juan Agudelo mistimed that one just a little bit.
It's a good look to stretch the back line, just didn't quite connect there.
Minutes into the second half. Loudoun looking for an equalizer, Birmingham looking for a bit of breathing room. Santos heavily involved in that first half. Switches.
It's a good switch.
Sane had a good first half as well, combining with El Medcar on this side. So Landry. Deliberate now, gets past Asiadu. Landry. Ryan through traffic. His shot deflected off of Cronulla wide.
Landry's been extremely active, and he's attacking a ton. He's running forward, and you know, you can see Ryan gets crafty there. He takes the ball forward. He's not looking to go back and combine. He wants to look forward and takes that touch right here, boom, forward, and then manages to get a shot off.
Fourth Loudoun corner of the night coming. So far, haven't done a whole lot with these set pieces. Santos trying to change that. Doesn't clear Juan Agudelo. El Medcar brings it down. Santos to serve with his left this time. And a foul is going to go against Chica, who is trying to use Alex Cronulla as a bit of a springboard.
Yeah, the ref wasn't going to miss that.
All smiles so far here at Protective Stadium for the home fans. Birmingham Legion in front as Matt Van Oekel and company restart things. Birmingham Legion, a good team here at home last year. 9 wins, 4 draws across 17 home matches. Looking for their 4th home win the early part of 2023. Loudoun back on the ball once again. Landry, rounded by Enzo Martinez. Both guys went to ground, and the foul is going to go against Martinez.
I'm not sure if I would agree with that, but he's just shielding the ball and just trying to get it. There wasn't much there.
Been a relatively clean game. In fact, it's been a cardless game to this point. Referee tonight, Lorenzo Hernandez, has kept things moving.
Birmingham sitting back in a 4-5-1 right now, and just content and happy to keep it here if they can, and you know, keep the ball in front of them.
Loudoun continue to move it side to side, looking for an opening. Sane. Aiden Rocha. From La Jolla leaves it for Husso Landry.
It's difficult right now for Loudoun to break them down through the midfield, just because, well, there it happens. Commentator curse. It's a real thing.
Here comes Williamson. Out wide, El Medcar. Siadu had the first pass read, couldn't get to the second one. Roof, though, takes it off the feet of Tommy Williamson. Enzo Martinez clears in the direction of Juan Agudelo. Agudelo does well to hold it up. And Eli, that's what Juan Agudelo can do for you. He provides you an outlet, and now Birmingham able to maintain possession.
He's incredible at it with his back to goal. He's got very soft feet, and you know, comes in and he sees the space, you know, in front of him very well. So, you know, he's a super good outlet for the back line if they need it, and there's no midfield on. They just skip it through, and Vaughn's there typically, and then they'll follow underneath.
All this down the line. Nwegbo, can he track it down? Yes, he can. Nwegbo getting a chance to showcase that pace, hounded by Santos right now. Elvis and Corcoran provide a bit of support. Birmingham able to maintain it. Roof with a soft chest brings it down. Pasher to the back post. He's got options back there. Nwegbo off the line. Jackman just keeps it out. What a save by Jackman. Nwegbo thought it might have trickled across. We're going to look at that in just a moment. Attack might still be on for Birmingham. What a big time save by Dane Jackman, who's already made a save of the week type effort earlier this year, a few weeks back. That one might be hugely important as well. Corcoran, lovely one-touch passing. Couldn't get it back from Agadello though. Chica clears it away.
It's a really good spell of possession for Birmingham, and now Loudoun is everyone's behind the ball, and they have them push back, and now with a little bit more space for the back line to kind of pick passes, and well, unfortunately there they give it away, but that's exactly what Legion need to be doing, is just keeping that spell of possession.
Chica looking long in the direction of Ryan. Didn't have much in the way of support.
I'd like to see the replay of the next stoppage. We'll see how close that one was. But that was a...
Right on cue, we'll look at it here.
It's a clever header from Nwegbo to try to go near post. I definitely gets a hand to it. It doesn't go in, but it's clever by him to try and beat him near post. It's hard to get enough power when he's falling back, and you can see it there.
What a play by Dane Jackman to keep that out, deny Nwegbo a brace. Jackman's had to make a couple of important plays tonight. Credit to him, he's kept Loudoun around. Can Loudoun's attack capitalize? A little more than a half hour to go tonight. Neither side has made a change just yet. Got to imagine that won't stay that way much longer. Both these teams playing after playing on the weekend. Boni under pressure there from Agadello. Both those guys collided, and the referee's going to stop things as both men are down.
Yeah, a really awkward challenge. Let's hope they both get up.
Second time Agadello's been down tonight, and the 16-year-old Matai Akimboni on the rough end of that challenge there. Foul's going to go against Agadello, and Akimboni receiving a bit of treatment down below.
Oof. It almost looks like he had his legs caught under him in the turf when he, yep, right there.
Just a bit awkward there. Akimboni is a bit slow to get up. Again, just 16 years old. On his second season with Loudoun on loan, a DC homegrown signing. Also trained a little bit with Bayern Munich in Germany. Started the MLS opener for DC United. Also started a couple of US Open Cup games for DC as well. He's still trying to work it out as Juan Agadello was shown a yellow card for being late on that challenge. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm as the first yellow card caution issued to either side tonight.
Yeah, he looks like he's struggling. That's unfortunate. Hopefully he can make it back out.
Yeah, Matai Akimboni working very gingerly, and it might force Ryan Martin into a change here at the hour mark.
Yeah, it looks like they've got
looks like Wesley Leggett has grabbed a shirt. Also Jace Clark is grabbing one as well. Perhaps one attacking change and one defensive change getting prepped for the visitors. So Akimboni still very slow to make his way off the pitch, and that might unfortunately be the last time we see him tonight. So hopefully he's all right. It's nothing too serious, but Loudoun lose a key piece of their defense, at least for the moment. Visitors will play down a man until they prep what is officially going to be a double change at the next stoppage. Hopkins, edge of the area against Kavita. Circles it back to Koa Santos. Loudoun again playing down a man for the moment. Attacking a bit more conservatively. Ahmed Carr played into touch by Roof, and now Loudoun are probably going to want to make that change to at least get back to even numbers. Instead, the referee tells Zane to play on. Ryan went down, didn't get the whistle. Able to head it from the seat of his pants. Siadu provides a clearance towards that fourth referee. And now the changes will officially be made. Substitutions brought to you by Papa John's. The first one announces Wesley Leggett, who's coming on for Jackson Hopkins. And then it is going to be Jace Clark, who replaces the injured Matai Akamboni. So Hopkins off, Wes Leggett on. 10th time he's come off the bench tonight, or this year. And then Jace Clark, just 17 years old, the Maryland commit, is on in central defense to replace Matai Akamboni.
You love to see that Maryland commit come on. I'm going to keep a close eye on him, and you know, maybe give Sasha a call after this game and let him know how he did.
I was about to say, former Terp Eli Cernale here next to me. Not at all biased that direction.
Very biased. Very biased. I'd pay a lot of money to switch shoes with him right now and go 4 more years at Maryland.
Enzo Martinez looking over the top for Pasher. Beat to it by Zane. Didn't matter. The flag was up anyways. Fans, if you can't watch the match, turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Plus your live matches for the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app. Less than a half hour to go tonight here at Protective Stadium. Loudoun looking for their 3rd straight win. It would be their 2nd of the year against Birmingham Legion. Birmingham, meanwhile, looking to avenge a 3-0 defeat in Virginia a couple of months back. Pick up their 2nd win in 5 days as they regain their footing after a big-time U.S. Open Cup run. Left them a little lagged when it came to league play. Santos was offside. Flag does go up now.
Those are like for like changes. There's really no system changes. That it's just in for one, and they're going to try and keep the same system going right now, from what I can see.
Wesley Leggett, certainly a dynamic player, the rookie from St. John's, who started his career, or his college career, UConn, I should say. Played all 90 minutes in Miami on the weekend. Certainly a guy who's familiar with making an impact off the bench. Held back Alvis there, and it's going to be called for the foul.
And you'd assume in the next 10 to 15 minutes we'll start to see a few tired legs and fatigue coming off the short break for both teams. So most likely going to have to see some more changes.
Cernale tried to leave it for Roof. Roof was late arriving, but went to ground to try to keep possession only for a moment. Landry, Ryan, out the other side. Wesley Leggett on the run. Here comes Loudoun. Kavita over to meet Leggett, edge of the box. And he did just enough to get a touch in. Santos to the back post. Now Medcar challenged there by Roof.
It's well done by Roof in both situations.
Pasher trying to clear it.
That'll fly.
Deflected instead
by
Zane.
Roof did really well to recover for Alex, and then ball came back post and he still won it.
So nothing comes the counter-attacking opportunity in the end. Birmingham fans, Legion FC's next match is on the road at San Antonio FC on Saturday, July 1st at 8 o'clock Central Time. Tune in to watch the match on My68 or on ESPN Plus, and follow at BHM Legion on Twitter for live match updates. Black and Gold then return home to Protective Stadium to take on the Tampa Bay Rowdies on Saturday, July 15th at 6:30 local time. Get your tickets tonight at bhmlegion.com. Again, that's Birmingham Legion, Tampa Bay Rowdies here at Protective Stadium on July 15th. Anderson Asiadu there to collect the second ball. Perhaps a chance for Legion to counter if they pick the right pass. Pasher able to get around Zane at least for a moment. Looked like Landry might have clipped his heels. Didn't matter. Pasher beat them both. Agadello back to the feet of Tyler Pasher. Options perhaps here. Just one too many touches as Chica takes it off him. Khalil El-Medkar holds it up for Husso Landry. Loudoun still searching for a breakthrough, but the clock working against them now. Less than 25 minutes left. Ryan got a touch, but nothing more than that. Forced backwards to Chica. Rocha trying to play in Santos. Lovely weighted pass. First time serve, and the flag is up against Williamson.
It's good recovery. Rocha's, that's the ball that Rocha's looking for almost every time he's getting it, and it's working. The outside back, El-Medkar is getting up behind, sorry, not El-Medkar, Santos on the right-hand side is getting up behind and playing in line with the back line, and it's been very easy for him to just clip the ball over the outside, the wing back, and then they have a 1v1 situation, and they're able to get the ball in. So,
based on that look, you can see Williamson maybe just a shoulder length in front of Alex Cronali there. Flag did indeed come up. Looks to be the right call based on that view. Birmingham fans, to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news, be sure to follow at BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Download the Legion FC app today. Again, at BHM Legion across all social channels. The Legion FC app in Google Play and in the App Store. Your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Pasher, one touch to find Martinez, who got tripped up by his own feet perhaps. Been able to maintain possession in a crowd. Asidu wins it back. Pasher's pass picked by Zane, who wants to start the counter. Jake Roof having none of that. Back and forth we go. Roof. Agadello. Back to the feet of Jake Roof. Corcoran's got plenty of space. He will have a go, just a little bit tall. But it did take a deflection over the top of the bar. So it will be a Legion FC corner brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
It was well done by Jake Roof right there to win the ball and then continue on in the attack on the right side. You can see what Corcoran was trying to do. He just wanted to curl his foot around it and took a bit of deflection. Now it's off her corner.
Option is Pasher pick here, a driven service. On the feet of Alvis. Pasher a second serve to the back post. Almost in. Just tipped over the bar by Jackaman.
We had the perfect angle for that one. That one looked like that was going in.
Dane Jackaman had to recover in a hurry and just got a hand to it.
Yeah, he was anticipating a cross, and Pasher overhits it, and he has to judge and adjust, and he does well.
Another Chick-fil-A corner kick coming for Legion FC from the other flag. 17-year-old Corcoran will serve this one. Towards Agadello, who got ahead to it. He wanted a deflection, referee said no. And now both sides are going to make changes here. Abdul Coenda, another man for the Ivory Coast. Listed at just 5'5". He'll check in for Loudoun, replacing Khalil El-Medkar. Meanwhile, Birmingham Legion will make their first change of the night as Nico Brett is set to come on. And Brett will replace the youngster Matthew Corcoran. Substitutions brought to you by Papa John's. Legion fans, don't forget you can use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order. PapaJohns.com, and Matthew Corcoran getting a good response from the fans down below.
So it looks like Nico's going to come in, or Juan Agadello is just going to drop into the midfield a little bit and help out. Slightly interesting because it's more of an attacking switch, if anything, and they're up 1-0. So we'll see how that one plays out with them coming into the midfield. Good defending by Alves.
Referee says it was shoulder to shoulder. Almost there denying West Leggett. Birmingham fans, if you're looking to grab some of the season's Legion FC merch to wear to the next home game, check out all the new gear now at bhmlegion.shop. Again, bhmlegion.shop. Make sure you're outfitted and ready to go for the next Legion FC home game. It's going to be a free kick for Legion FC, a handball to call. And Abdul Zane coming up limping just a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely looked like just a miscommunication. I don't know what. Yeah, miscommunication. One hits it into their hand. And
Martinez tried to dribble around the new man, Abdul Koanda.
Another slack giveaway from Alex there, but they managed to get it back.
There's Agadello, who sinks into midfield for a few touches. It is interesting, though, Eli. Birmingham Legion up by 1. A midfielder comes off. An attacking threat, and Nico Brett comes on.
I have to admit, it's very interesting. I'm not really sure what the thought process was, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Juan typically can handle the midfield role, but this late in the game, and there's going to be a lot of defensive responsibility. That's just, he's going to have to step up and take on that role. So
Roof clears that away from trouble. It is going to be a corner, the 5th of the night for Loudoun United. Nico Brett played 15 minutes last time out against Indy as he works his way back to full fitness, recovering from a hamstring injury he suffered a few weeks back. So Nico Brett, the first change of the night for Birmingham Legion. Abdul Zane trying to pick out a red shirt here on this corner. Outswinging ball, headed and saved by Van Oekel. Pretty good look there from Tommy Williamson.
yeah, it looked like a fairly clear opportunity for Williamson, and he gets good power on it, but just too close to Matt, and Van Oekel takes care of it.
Van Oekel hasn't had to do a ton tonight, just the second shot on target registered by Loudoun. He makes the save. Legion FC haven't kept as many clean sheets this year as they would have liked. Got a chance to here with a little less than 20 minutes to go. Vida tries to fight that away from Williamson. Good hold-up play by Williamson to keep it alive. Birmingham Legion kept 2 clean sheets US Open Cup, 3-0 thrashing of Memphis, and 1-0 win over Charlotte. Koa Santos on the end of this ball, got the cross away just over the top of Leggett. It looked like he was going to have a free header. Still defensive work to be done. Rocha, Landry, Ryan, just right at Van Oekel.
Way too much space. They're just giving them too much space to dribble through. You see Rocha just takes on 3 players and has a free pass to Ryan, who opens up his hips. Too much space and a bit of fortune there. Landry tries to go to the outside back, and Fanwell deflects it right into their path, which is unfortunate. But so some good spells there for Loudoun.
Loudoun United knocking on the door. Ryan Martin urging his team to continue pressing high, trying to get the ball back. Birmingham on the attack now. Tyler Pasher, 3-on-1 on this side. Still Pasher, couldn't find his way through all the traffic. Williamson trying to turn, did so, fouled by Alvis. He's going to be shown a yellow card.
That was a very clever play there by Williamson.
So Alvis is going to go into the book. That's his 7th yellow card this year, a team high, and 1 away from what would be an automatic suspension for his 8th. So 2 Legion players now playing on a yellow, Agadello and Alvis, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. Quarter hour to go tonight. Still plenty left to be done for both sides. Loudoun chasing an equalizer. Birmingham trying to see this one out here at home. Loudoun hasn't found a way through yet tonight, but they've been knocking on the door, especially over the last few minutes. the goalkeeper out to help maintain possession. As Birmingham Legion prep their second change of the night here in a moment. First things first, Santos overhit his cross.
Yeah, Loudoun's still sticking with the game plan to attack on the wingbacks, and Birmingham's kind of beginning to lose a bit of their shape. It looks like there's some fatigue, and I mean clearly there's fatigue, but they're losing their shape, and Loudoun's kind of been able to break them down the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Birmingham are going to make a more defensive-minded change this time. Their second change of the night is Moses Mensah, the fullback, coming on, and he'll replace the goal scorer tonight, Diba Nwegbo. Substitution once again brought to you by Papa John's. Use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. So Moses Mensah, the rookie from Campbell, on for the 4th time off the bench.
Yeah, he'll fill in for Alves, and Alves will come up for to the left wing, help out with defensive role.
Nwegbo had to exit on the far side of the field, or the near side of the field, I should say, but is going to get a nice ovation when he crosses the fans on his way through.
It's well done. Keep the ball going side to side, get some possession. Every time.
Mensah's first touch is a rocket right off the head of Wesley Leggett. So Nico Brett has come off the bench for Birmingham. Moses Mensah has as well. Abdul Cohendup, Wesley Leggett, and Jace Clark have all come off the bench for Loudoun United to this point. Jackman resets things for Loudoun. Shots for Loudoun, 11 for Birmingham. It's been a relatively even game. Save the killer scoring chance for Birmingham Legion. Matt Van Oekel comes out to collect that. So far, so good for this Birmingham back line, looking for their first shutout, going all the way back to April 1st. They played on the road against Tampa Bay Rowdies, beat Tampa Bay 2-0. Since then have not had a shutout in league play, had 2 in the US Open Cup. Mardello trying to touch that around Zane. Last touched by Zane, the referee says. Throw in for Legion FC. Birmingham fans, you can head to the Legion FC Twitter page at BHM Legion, again at BHM Legion on Twitter, immediately following the final whistle tonight to vote on who you thought earned man of the match honors in this one. Again, at BHM Legion to cast your vote on man of the match tonight. I'm sure Anderson Asiadu will get a nomination. Diba Nwegbo as well. Still plenty to be sorted out tonight. Game hangs in the balance. Man of the match hangs in the balance as well. More than 11 minutes to play. Mensah looking long. Nico Brett off and running in a foot race with Chica, and Brett able to win it. Brett into the box just behind Pasher, and what a hustle play by Abdul Zane to race into the action and clear that away.
Yeah, it was well done by Nico to get behind. He might have been a few steps offside, but ref didn't call it, and he managed to get behind, and that was a very good opportunity to take the 2-0 lead.
Abdul Zane has had an excellent night, and his dead sprint back kept that away from Tyler Pasher, who likely would have found the back of the net at that distance. Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Pasher a serve. Headed away by Leggett, and cleared further away by Coenda. Martinez back to the top of the box. All the way to the flag for Pasher once more. And again, Eli, Birmingham don't have to be in a hurry here.
Not at all, and I say it a lot. I'm going to keep saying it, but you know, here's a good opportunity to attack. But here we go.
Pasher got around his man, squares it, but nobody was there.
I could hear Alex screaming from it from here. screaming for the ball from here, and Pasher took the extra touch, so it closed off, tried to cut it back, and no one was quite there.
Birmingham creating a few moments of danger here of late. It's danger time for Loudoun. They've got to be aggressive, push for an equalizer, but also don't want to concede that second goal that likely would be the dagger. So Martinez is going to be called for the foul there.
But yeah, the last 10 minutes, I say it a lot, but you know, I think it's exactly what we need is just get a little bit of possession and relax a bit. You know, it'd be nice to get the second goal, but it doesn't have to come. So take a breather and play through them, go side to side. I don't know if we'll see that, but I think it'll help.
Santos back to the feet of his goalkeeper, Jacobin. Cohen up, making the run in behind. Able to keep it alive, but not able to keep possession. Roof a bit heavy on his touch. Williamson takes it off him. Tommy Williamson gets it back. Still Williamson. Couldn't get around Crenali.
Williamson's come to life a little bit in the second half, you can tell, and it's been good to see.
Crenali with a good find too. Enzo Martinez slows things down for Birmingham Legion, enjoying their 1-goal advantage. They've made it stand up for almost 50 minutes. Zane. Surveying, trying to get it to Leggett. Matt Van Oekel didn't collect it cleanly. Did enough to knock it away from Leggett. Roof composed under pressure. Cohen beat to it by Crenali. He and Roof combined once again.
Crafty.
The counter is on if Birmingham want it here. Asiadu.
Mensah is very on.
Asiadu does use the width there from Mensah. Good job by Santos to close down the space. Number still forward for Birmingham. Do they press the issue? Pasher. Martinez.
Well done.
Brett stayed on
What
side.
a goal.
Won the game. Nico Brett puts it away.
Who else?
2-0 to Legion FC.
Who else? That was a phenomenal play.
Well worked from Birmingham Legion. All the big time attackers get a touch. And it's the man off the bench, Nico Brett. He assisted the game winner on Saturday. This time he provides the dagger that doubles the Birmingham advantage.
You know, I questioned the sub to bring on an extra attacker. Every attacker gets a touch there, and it's a phenomenal goal. I eat my words.
4th goal scored by Nico Brett and Eli. It was well worked.
Extremely. Comes wide, and they have a little bit of combination between Pasher, Enzo, and Juan, and attacking ball and one touch and a phenomenal finish by Nico Brett.
Goal brought to you by AT&T is the 4th score this year by Brett. And Loudoun are going to make a couple of changes here after the goal. Isaac Espinal will come on, replacing Aiden Rocha. That will be the first change. The second will feature Jeremy Garay coming on as well. And meanwhile, for Birmingham, Ben Raveno will check in, replacing Jake Roof. Again, substitutions brought to you by Papa John's. Use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com.
Roof had a good match. Defensively, he played great, and you know didn't allow anything in behind him, and he did well on the ball.
So Birmingham Legion trying have just gotten a dagger there from Nico Brett to go up by a count of 2-0 with 5 minutes left, plus stoppage time. 4th goal this year for Brett, and on Saturday, it was Brett setting up Enzo Martinez to win the game for Birmingham in the 89th minute. Here late in this contest, it's Martinez who sets up Brett. Those two combine again. Pasher making the run in behind. Birmingham maybe smell blood in the water. They want more. Agadello onto it. Alvis waits. Martinez. Alvis. Again, those attacking players for Birmingham trying to combine, create something special once more. And Eli, it hasn't always been the prettiest performance tonight for Legion FC, but to this point, the attackers have done the job. The defense has kept it clean. It's been a complete performance through 85 plus minutes.
Yeah, overall, they definitely stepped it back up, and they capitalized on the opportunities and did what they needed to do. And honestly, they haven't really given Loudoun much opportunity to score at all from what I can remember. So overall, defensively was very solid as well. So from a shaky start, it turned into a fairly solid performance, I would say.
Loudoun chasing not one but two, as that ball to Ryan is going to be ushered over the end line. Birmingham fans of Birmingham Legion, hang on tonight. Don't forget you can use promo code LEGIONWINS online tomorrow only at all Birmingham area Papa John's locations to take advantage of a buy one, get one free pizza deal. Again, online tomorrow only, thanks to our friends at Papa John's. Ryan Martin continuing to urge his team on, but just has not been their night in the Deep South to this point. Birmingham Legion have turned in a solid performance here at home for the 2nd time in 5 days. Anderson Asiadu into the area, cuts it back. Couldn't quite keep it glued to his right foot. Here comes Legion FC again. Martinez will have a go. Just a little bit too high. Martinez setting up Nico Brett his 3rd assist of the year. Martinez setting up Brett's for the 2nd time here in 2023. Birmingham Legion look like they're going to get their 7th win here in the early part of this calendar season, improved to 7-7-1.
Just going to want to fall back behind the ball and keep it in front of them. Try not to get broken down. Really, when that happens, all that Loudoun has is the big ball to the outside. Yeah, he brought him down there. That's a foul.
So Mensa's going to be called for the foul, bringing down Leggett. It's going to give Loudoun a chance to get plenty of big bodies forward. The 89th minute. All it takes is one moment here for this to be a game again. Koa Santos to serve this. He's had a couple of good serves from that spot in the run of play tonight. Santos delivers. Crognale got ahead to it. Falls kindly for Pasher. Martinez running out front. Again, the pace of Abdul Zane stops any potential counter.
Zane's had a complete performance tonight as well. Defensively, on the ball, he's been able to get up the line, but primarily he's been phenomenal defensively, and I think that's a tribute to his speed and his mentality defensively. He's just a good defender.
90th minute here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion in front by 2, and word from down below is 4 minutes of stoppage time are coming to close out this contest. Again, been a pretty free-flowing contest tonight. Haven't had much in the way of stoppages. Only the 2 yellow card cautions, both shown to members of Birmingham Legion. One to Gabriel Alvis, one to Juan Agadello. Ben Ravino, the substitute, connects with Anderson Asiadu. Asiadu somehow, through all that, kept it at his feet.
Really well done by Anderson in that tight space. He wants to keep attacking. He wants another assist, maybe another goal.
It is confirmed. 4 minutes of stoppage time, brought to you by UAB Medicine. All is still attacking as well. Was he brought down? Yes, he was. So a free kick given to Legion FC. And up by 2. You'd assume they don't serve this into the box, but you never know.
I see Alex getting in, so and Fanny's going up as well. So I think, oh, no, they're holding them back.
They certainly wanted to go forward.
They both wanted to get in there and try to get a goal.
Instead, both the Birmingham center backs will stay back. Free kick taken short. Birmingham will enjoy a little bit more possession. 1 minute of our minimum of 4 already gone. As Birmingham Legion try to hold on for their second win over the last 5 days. It was a rough stretch there for Legion FC in the midst of their Open Cup run. They dropped 5 straight in the league. It looks like they're back to their winning ways. As Brent leaves it for 1, Agadello. Ravino cuts it back to the penalty spot. Good work by Landry to cut that out. Mensah brought it down and was brought down. Free kick given.
It's not a bad ball from Ben Ravino. He cut it back. He found the space in the box. Yeah, we'll get another look at it. Oh, that's the foul. But yeah, he found the space in the box. No one managed to find it.
Ben Ravino, the 24-year-old on loan from New England Revolution, coming off the bench for the 4th time this year. Didn't see him on the weekend, but getting some run here on this Wednesday. Substitutes have made an impact tonight. Of course, Nico Brent came off the bench once again tonight and scored. Biggest impact of any of the subs, but Mensah's look good. Ravino's look good. Nico Brent almost got on the end of that from Agadello. More than halfway through our minimum of 4 added minutes. And perhaps a chance to attack now. Espinal trying to play it into the run of Santos. Mensah ran it down. Loudoun came into the night winners of a couple straight. After they had lost 7 straight before those 2 wins. Tried to make it 3 in a row. Looks like they're going to come up short tonight. Fall to 5 wins with 10 losses and a draw so far this year. Right on the edge of the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference. As Birmingham looks like they'll pick up their 4th win in 6 meetings all time against Loudoun United.
And it hasn't been a poor performance from Loudoun. You know, if I'm Ryan Martin, I'm really not disappointed. The only thing that you can say is the scoreline. I thought overall they played well. They just didn't create enough chances in front of the box. And you know, Zach Ryan was very quiet the whole night, and I think that was a big problem for them overall.
Loudoun had some chances early in the first half, just couldn't put anything on frame that troubled Matt Van Oekel. Birmingham, meanwhile, a bit more clinical in their finishing. As that cross is deflected out. One more corner coming for Loudoun United.
Asiadu getting the crowd excited. He knows they've got the win. Just waiting for the final whistle.
Towards the back post. Landry, it falls for him. His shot blocked over the top, and that is full time. Well, it's been a banner few days for Birmingham. And Legion FC pick up their 2nd win over their last 5 days. 2-0 the final tonight against Loudoun. Home fans go home happy once again. Birmingham Legion with back-to-back conference wins over the weekend against Indy and tonight against Loudoun United. Back in the league, back to work for Birmingham after the Open Cup run. Back to business as usual here at home as Birmingham Legion improved to 7 wins now here in the early part of 2023. They keep their first clean sheet since April 1st, tack on a couple of goals as well. It's all smiles at Protective Stadium tonight for the home fans and the men in black and gold as well. Our final once again tonight, Birmingham Legion 2, Loudoun United 0. We'll take a timeout, wrap up our coverage here in Birmingham right after this.
I walked into Chick-fil-A completely outnumbered. My husband was away at military leadership training, and the kids were doing this. Miss Carol brought me water, something to eat, and then before I knew it, she was tying Margot's shoes up and carrying her out to the car.
It always makes me feel good if that helps somebody.
I went in the next day because I just wanted to make sure she knew how much I appreciated her help.
I'm just so glad there was somebody there when she really needed it.
That's gonna go on my refrigerator.
And those that see the perfect wave.
Back here at Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama. A Birmingham Legion shutout tonight, brought to you by Hero Donuts. Birmingham Legion 2, Loudoun United 0. All smiles from Matt Van Okel, Anderson, Asiadu, and company. As Birmingham Legion pick up their second win over the last few days. It's been a banner few days here at Birmingham. Birmingham's native son, Chris Richards, scores in the CONCACAF Nations League final. Birmingham beats Indy over the weekend. Dominique Wilkins announced as the newest investor and member of the ownership group for Legion FC. And right on the heels of that, Birmingham Legion winners once again here tonight. As we look at our final match stats, and Eli, we talked a little bit about it there in stoppage time, but shots pretty even between the two sides. Just Loudoun never created that killer opportunity. Birmingham, meanwhile, they were a bit more clinical in front of goal.
Yeah, exactly. They were, they finished off the chances and capitalized on the opportunity, and quite frankly, Loudoun didn't really trouble Matt Van Okel at all tonight, and they just couldn't quite get on a good shot off and create enough space to, trouble him. And overall, they played well. I thought Legion played well as well, but 2-0, and that does it.
So Loudoun's winning spurt is snapped. They'll have another quick turnaround coming up this weekend as they get back home to take on the Tampa Bay Rowdies, 2 of their next 3 at home. But it's going to be a tough stretch for Loudoun. Here in Birmingham tonight, then Tampa, then the league leaders Charleston on the road, then a winnable game against Hartford before 2 more on the road at Lou City and at Detroit. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, Eli, they get another little break here. Fresh legs before they hit the meat of their schedule, starting with a tough road trip at San Antonio and at Las Vegas as Birmingham try to keep the winning ways going.
Yeah, they're going to be looking forward to taking a load off and getting some rest and getting back to their full stamina. And it's going to be important to coming into San Antonio, who's going to be a physical team, and they're going to be relying on their fitness. And so Birmingham's going to need to recover, and they're lucky to have that break.
Birmingham win once again tonight. Again, our final score 2-0 here at Protective Stadium. As Birmingham Legion now with 22 points in the early part of this USL Championship campaign, move into a tie for 5th in the Eastern Conference table, in large part thanks to that man. He set up the game-winning goal on Saturday, did Nico Brett. He scores the dagger tonight here against Loudoun United, as some fans have made their way down onto the field for post-match festivities here. Chris Richards, U.S. men's national team center back, also honored at halftime. He's in the house tonight. The Birmingham native certainly happy with what he saw from his hometown club here at Protective Stadium this evening. That'll do it for our coverage of USL Championship soccer tonight here in the Magic City. Thought we were going to get plenty of rain tonight. Instead, the rain went away once kickoff happened. And the only fireworks we had were in front of goal for Birmingham Legion. Stephen Nwegbo opened the scoring in the first half, his second goal in as many games. Nico Brett added a second in the second half. those two strikes. The difference tonight for Birmingham Legion, despite the best efforts of Dane Jackman at the back of this Loudoun United defense. And that'll do it for our coverage from Protective Stadium this evening. For Eli Cronali and our entire crew, I'm Blake Gardner saying so long for the Magic City. We'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.